What's up, guys? Let's wait for a couple people to come in and then we'll start. IGC is going down. Damn. Okay. Once everyone gets in here, I'm going to kind of talk about the IGC trade, how I kind of approached it, and what I did right and what I could kind of learn from it, or what everyone else could kind of learn from it. So we'll give it like a minute and then we'll start. If I'm looking around, I'm just looking at like my other screens. Let's see. What did everyone else trade today? Ooh. Damn, SPY all-time highs. Buy a dip. All right, let's start. So kind of going into IGC today. Well, let's start from the beginning. So yesterday, the pot stocks started to unwind CRON, CGC, and TLRY. Last night after the close, TLRY had earnings. And I guess they beat earnings and they went straight up like $10 or whatever it is. So the moment that happened, every short was underwater on TLRY. Most shorts on CRON were underwater. And going into today, I was not interested in shorting those at all. Like, not at all. And the reason why is shorts only work out if there's enough bag holders to give you continued selling pressure. And if TLRY is at all-time highs, why is anyone going to sell? Why is there going to be short pressure? So I'm not interested in shorting those at all. I just took them off my radar, was not interested in it. But then you had IGC kind of jumping up. And IGC was, I guess, a pot stock now or whatever it is. But the company's a piece of shit, man. It's an absolute piece of shit. But they put on SSR yesterday. And what the SSR is if the stock goes down 10% in one day, you cannot be shorting the bid. You could only be shorting the ask for that day plus one more day. So today, IGC had SSR on. Yesterday was triggered, so today is the last day that it's going to be on. So kind of going into today, I just plotted basic resistance lines on the chart. And let's kind of go through how I did that. Okay, so all right, let's make this bigger. And let's do it like this. Okay, so this is the daily chart on IGC. So how did I find my lines? Okay, I scrolled back. Okay, so let's see. These are the lines from 2014 that I was kind of using. So look at this line. I'm going to draw a trend line there. That first line is the line that I was kind of looking at, which was the 2 level. And above that, which is 230, is the next level that I was kind of looking at. And if you kind of fast forward to today, that 2 line is what it kind of topped out at. So let me just draw it. That 2 line that I took pre-market is where the stock topped out at. Basic technical analysis. So I was using that 2 level as my guide for the short pre-market, while also keeping in mind that 230, the previous line that we drew, was the ultimate level for risk. So over here, I'm kind of watching it. And over here is the big tell that kind of got me interested in it. So kind of seeing that it broke through 2 and slammed right back on more volume than usual. As you can see, that candle right over here. slammed on more volume than usual, I was really interested in shorting this near 2. And what was happening over here in these levels, as I was kind of mentioning it to the members, is that someone was posting a 20,000 share bid at 199 and 198, and they were selling essentially unlimited size at 2. Like, you're looking at these numbers in 80,000, 36,000, 18,000, 91,000. They're just filling and filling and filling hidden at 2. And the more that I saw that happening, and the more that I saw that 2 wasn't breaking, everything just lined up. So it was at the daily resistance line. The stock stuffed at 2. There was some manipulation on it. And it was all these warning signs that gave me the go ahead to short it at 197 and cover it right here, right at support. So why did I cover it here? Let's draw another line. This was the support level. So I just covered it on support. And that was basically that trade pre-market. So that was how I traded pre-market. Basic technical analysis, going back to the daily chart, plotting out my resistance lines, going and doing it again. Plotting out my resistance lines, you got 2 over here, and you got 230. Simple. Now, let's go to the opening trade. So, the stock opened up, and actually, let me draw my lines again. I always use these trend lines. Okay, so now support becomes resistance, right? So this area that was supporting it before is now resistance. So I was using that line as my guide to short it in the morning. So if you look in the morning, not interested in chasing this shit, not chasing it. I'm waiting for it to pop near my line. And I took a starter over here when it looked like my line was failing. I took it at 186, 187. I think I had like a 182 average. It dumped, so I just took the money. I just took the money at support. Look. Support. Cover at support. That's it. And then all this other shit, yeah, you could have made money, but again, I'm going for the easiest trades of the day. 188 to 167. You know, you make your money there. That's it. And going into right now, it's 10:30, and look what happens at 10:30. You're getting a zombie. Or you're looking at Cron and TLRY. You have your zombies. So I always draw my lines. I always make sure it conforms to my lines. And now that IGC is kind of ramping up, I don't give a shit about it. I made my money. Now I'm done. You know? So that's kind of what I'm trying to show you. That's basic support and resistance levels that you have to use on these plays. Just don't overcomplicate the shit. 2 was our line. Using 230 as the biggest line. 2 is our line here. It hit 2 pre-market. Like, it's almost too simple. So that's kind of how I approached it today. That is how I played IGC today. As soon as I saw the manipulation happening on it, I mentioned it to everyone, and I said, this is exactly what's happening. This is what I'm seeing. This is how I'm attacking it based on what I'm seeing. And the rest is history. Now that it's 10:48 a.m. and the 10:30 rule is in effect, I'm not opening up any new positions. If I had a position open, I'd be winding it down. So I try to keep it as simple as possible, the way that Bao mentions it as well. He's like, if you overcomplicate these things, if you make it too complicated, you're only going to psych yourself out. So again, I showed you, it's basic support and resistance that I was using, basic levels that I was using, and it just shows that like it conformed to the chart. It conformed to the chart, exactly. So again, the shit is not rocket science, but you know, you got to know which stocks to play. I knew in my head that TLRY and CGC were going to be a headache. So what did I say? Fuck it. I'm not trading it. That's simple, you know? So again, let me kind of look around. Let me see what else is moving. CVSI. Okay, yeah, that's basically it. So I kind of want to just talk about you only use VWAP and volume based on the levels. Yeah, support, resistance, VWAP. I keep it as simple as possible because simple is what works, you know? I don't need to use these Fibonacci things. I don't need to use all this complicated shit because I don't know how to read it. I know how to read a chart, you know? So I keep it as basic as possible, and that's just it. So let's do a Q&A. what made me so good at level 2, seeing it over and over again. So me explaining it to every one of the club members and it happening real time is the best possible way you can learn. I was mentioning that there was a big bidder and there was a seller selling hidden, and that's manipulation. And if it doesn't work out, the stock is likely going to dump, and that's why it dumped from 2 to 170 in like 10 minutes, you know? So that's, wow, SPY is still going. Give me a sec. It's fucking crazy. Trading is easy, man. Just buy fucking Amazon and never look back, right? Shit. How do they hide their shares? Look up what an iceberg order is. So yeah, I just keep it as simple as possible, man. Simple, simple, simple is what works. So why am I going to try to overcomplicate these things? Plot your lines and go for it. How do I know IGC is a trash company? I've played it many times before, and if you read the filings, they need cash, so you better believe they're going to have an offering soon. How typically do I get in and out of a trade? How fast? It depends. You know, I could be stuck in a trade for an hour. I could be stuck in a trade for a minute. It all depends on if it's conforming to my thesis, if it's working out, and that's it. I cover at support. I short at resistance. No, I don't go all in and out. I'm not a furu. I cannot time it perfectly. I scale every single time. Every single time I scale. So another thing that I want to mention is that on Monday, I took a pretty shitty loss on these pot stocks. I lost $28,000 and it really sucked. But, you know, the reality is that I kept my losses under control. And I made $40,000 yesterday. I made 8,100 today. So the loss is already back plus more. Like, that's the number one thing that people have to really pay attention to. You have to keep your losses under control. You have to make sure that you're sticking to your plan and you're stopping out accordingly, because at the end of the day, the worst thing that you want to do is ruin a month of work or ruin 2 months of work because you let your ego get in the way. What if it goes through my line? How much do you give it to go against you? That's a good question. I'm always scaling in and out. So if my line is at $2, I have orders at 198. I have an order at 2. I have an order at 204. So I give it some wiggle room. But at the end of the day, I'm giving it small size just in case that I am wrong. And I add on the confirm. So now look at IGC. It's past 1030. It's uptrending, higher lows, trending near VWAP. Same thing with TLRY and Cron. They're all above VWAP. They're trending higher. It's past 1030, so why am I going to trade? I made my money. I made the easiest money that I did. So why am I going to try to force it more? The goal is to make as much money as possible with the least amount of stress as possible. And that's what I did today. So I got to go to the dentist in like a couple of hours. So I'm basically done for the day. Going to go to the dentist, come back and get some work done. How do I plan my entries? Based on the chart, man. If my resistance line is $2, I want 1,000 shares to start, I'm doing 250 shares at 197, 250 shares at 199, 250 shares at 201, 250 shares at 204. I'm scaling it. Every single time I'm scaling it. There's not one time I'm not scaling it. What else? No, I'm done after 10:30. If I make my money before 10:30, I'm done for the day. Because every single day after 10:30, I lose money. I've lost money for years after 10:30 that it's just cheaper for me to not work. Beard game strong. I mentioned in like another video, I once had a stretch, like Bao has me very superstitious now. So I once had a stretch of I didn't shave my beard until I had a losing day. And bro, I was looking homeless for a long time. It was really funny. Do I use hotkeys? No, I don't use hotkeys. I'm trying to experiment with them, but this is not for me. What else? Why do you live at home? Because I love my family? Because I don't pay rent? Duh. I trade off the 1 minute chart. If you buy access today, you get charged 1 month from today. I go as far back as possible. I use as much data as possible to make my lines. And because like, let's go back to IGC, right? Let me, this is the pig that everyone says looks like Bao, but let me go back. We go over filings in the room. We have a fundamental analysis section. Okay, so IGC. So I'm going back and I'm trying to find resistance. This is the first line. It already broke through this resistance level. So I'm scrolling back until I find the next one. Scrolling. The next one that I found is right here, that 2 line, and that's what I was using. So again, there was, what were those stocks that the fucking Furus were pumping today? I wrote them down. Okay, let's see. Now this is where it gets fun. ARCI. See? Pump and dump. Pump and dump. Pump and dump. Okay, that's one. MYND. Another one. Chat buys, dumps. Another one. BRN. Chat buys and dumps. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. People complain that, oh, you're charging too much money. $179 is too much money. You want to pay $60 and go to that guy that's going to pump and dump in your face? Be my guest, bro. I don't give a shit. It's your money that you're lighting on fire. I'm just providing you with an alternative. And if it's working for you, God bless. What else? Yeah, so I kind of like to do these recaps. It keeps me honest. It helps all the members and stuff like that. We put it on YouTube. Oh, Netflix is going straight up. How did I know that IGC wasn't going to bounce back to 2 at 9:37 p.m.? Because I was playing based on my resistance levels. I had a line drawn at 188 and it hit 180. I had a line drawn at 189 and it hit 188. My next resistance line was going to be 2. So I slowly scaled in at 188. And then once 180 broke, I added to my winner. Yeah, I'm using support and resistance mostly. It's just so simple that way. You have to be successful at trading, you have to know how to read a chart. If you don't know how to read a chart, don't bother. Literally don't bother. And now that's 10:30, this shit is uptrending. I have no interest in shorting it. I have no interest in touching it. I made my money. I am calling it a day. AFMD, let's see. AFMD. There's no play here, bro. It's 52-week highs. And it's on good news, up on good news. IGC, there's an edge because they need to raise money. So you know that within the next couple days or next couple weeks, they're going to have a massive offering. And that gives us an edge. What else, guys? I'm going to kind of wrap this up soon. I got to really go to the dentist. Fucking gypsy. Again, guys, you don't need to join what we're doing. You don't need to join my investing club. We're giving you the info, but if you fucking want extra help, if you want to learn to do shit the right way, it's worth it to invest in your education. We've got a ton of people in there. We've got so many rooms, fundamental analysis, recaps, videos, meetups. Like, it just all makes sense, man. It just all makes sense. And we're doing that free boot camp for all of our annual members. Like, other people charge like $4,000 for these seminars. We're doing it for free if you're an annual member. Like, it's $5 a day, man, if you're an annual member, $6 a day if you're a monthly member. Like, it's up to you, man. It's up to you. But if you want to learn how to trade the right way, everyone needs a mentor. It's just the truth. Oh shit, TLRY is going straight up. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Anyway. Can you go over what you cover in the room? Okay. This is what we have. We have a special discount for brokers. We have chart recaps. We have daily recaps. We have education. We have fundamental analysis, futures trading, off-topic options trading, discounts for your news, swing trading, tech support, location. We have so much shit in there, man. We have so much shit. We're providing so much value to our members. And in return, they are helping other members. That's the thing that's so important about this. You are encouraged to ask questions, and you have hundreds of people willing to help you answer them. You know? It's an amazing, amazing community in there, man. It is an amazing, amazing community. TLRY, let's see. What's the... Fuck. See, that's why I don't short this shit. That's why the 1030 rule is important. That's why recognizing that they're on all-time highs, recognizing that shorts are trapped. Anyway. All right, guys. Thanks for this. Thanks for kind of watching and tuning in. I got to go to the dentist. It was an awesome day today. Great week so far. I'm killing it. Yeah, just making a plan at the beginning of the day and sticking to it. Thanks, guys. Talk soon.